Hey, I'm Dan Indra, and I'm still a game designer.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Indianapolis as the Pacers go up against the Washington Wizards. And guys, for the Wizards, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The Wizards are looking to defeat their Eastern Conference rival going into this game. The sports fans are all nestled beside the 2K Sports broadcast as we bring you visions of NBA action this fine Christmas Eve. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. You take a look at the Pacers. An excellent season underway. We've seen a lot of good basketball so far from these guys.
Yeah, well, you got to like what they've been showing here of late. Very solid basketball they're playing across the board, and you can point to a lot of different areas where they have been excellent.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years. He's gotten the surgery now, and he says, some people get their success early. Some get theirs late. I feel like my time is just beginning. Kevin?
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. You know, right around, Chris, this time of year, often top contenders begin to separate themselves from the rest of the teams.
Yeah.
Now is when guys start feeling comfortable. They're getting into their groove, Kevin. This is when they're getting their mojo back, and they're in their roles, and they got their timing. And now you just have to let the ability show through. And how do you do that? By realizing that your muscle memory, realizing that you practice, realizing that you put in the hours, trusting that, and now going out and just being yourself and embracing the moment.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. All at point with Beal to his side. They're the deadly backcourt pair. Porter is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Bryant in at the 5. And here's Collison, who will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Well, yeah, we saw how deep they can go. No drop-off at all. I mean, when they went to their bench, the points just kept coming.
2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Oladipo hits them both. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it, and while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the 2nd overall pick.
And it's Beal in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Indiana. And Oladipo, here we go. It's stolen by Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. And it goes down 2 points.
And you got to push Wall out of the paint. I mean, he's got the explosiveness to wreak havoc in there.
And there's Oladipo on the assist by Collison. And it's 6 points for Victor Oladipo.
I mean, what is there to say about that finish other than wow?
Pass to Ariza. Outside Beal. There's the triple. That shot no good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
Yeah, that was big-time production from the bench, especially on the offensive end.
Here is Wall. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo, Ariza finds Porter. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Beal. Really struggled in the loss against Indiana. And the shot goes in.
Such a dangerous scorer. Bill, he's superb at knowing when to fire immediately off the catch and shoot.
Turner. And Turner throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Washington with the ball. The Pacers making the shot. Wall draws the double. On the wing, Bryant. Back to Wall. Clock at 6. Stolen by Collison. And Young, here we go. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Beal. Outside Bryant. The pass to Wall. Back to Bryant. He's looking for Porter and finds him. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Porter's got his second basket.
Adept at cashing in from the inside. Porter knows he has the touch and...
That's what I'm talking about right there. Right there. Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Down low. Beal's shot is good.
Why you always have to be ready around John Wall? Because you never know when he's going to call your number.
Here's Oladipo. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
Poked away. Passes to Collison. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter.
And let's review some numbers for Beal. Averaging 23 points per game, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Yeah, impossible to check right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, it's stolen by Bryant. That's tipped. Ball against Collison. Ariza outside. Pass to Beal. Three-pointer. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Beal's got 7 points.
As lethal as they come from distance, Beal's outside shot is a thing of beauty.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Well, Greg, what amazed me was they could sustain nothing on offense. They'd make a couple of buckets and go right back into their shell.
And now that we have a chance, let's show you the NBA's top thieves. This is the list of this month's steals leaders. Third is Trevor Ariza.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
Ball taking his time here. Fires the three. The Pacers pull it in.
Well, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide-open three like that.
A somewhat dubious honor, Chris. Last year, the Wizards became one of the most dangerous 8 seeds in recent memory.
Yeah, so much natural ability on that roster. And Kevin, was that because they underperformed during the season and should have been a higher seed? Can't give them credit for that. I'm not sure any team wanted to play them in the first round, but the old cliche, you are what the record says you are, was proven correct.
Ariza outside. There's Beal with the three. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Pacers leading by 7. Oladipo with the ball. Now Beal defending. Oladipo misses. And it's Ariza with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Beal gets a wide open look. No good with the triple. And it's Indiana's ball. And here's Oladipo. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passing. I mean, he didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
To the paint to halt the run. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Wall. And that's now 9 points for Bradley Beal. Here's Oladipo. And then Oladipo with the jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Now here's Wall, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. And Bryant kicks to Wall. Wizards passing it around. Beal can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 9. Inside, here's Oladipo. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Oladipo's got 24 points.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead's safe as long as he's on the floor.
It's Beal on the wing. That doesn't go either for Beal.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Here's Oladipo. Off the left rim and out.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
And Wall kicks to Beal. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. 12 points for Bradley Beal.
He's ramped up his game in a big way this quarter. I don't think he likes it when they're trailing.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Well, John Wall, Derrick Rose, and Russell Westbrook came into the league around the same time. All of them in the conversation for most athletic big point guard in league history. Of the three, I think John Wall, the most prolific playmaker, always looking to create for his teammates.
Entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. McDermott comes in for Bogdanovich. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Wizards. Green comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Joseph, that's good. And John Wall, such a multifaceted game, it almost feels wrong to call him a pure point guard. But that's what he is, isn't he? Just loves to set up his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And he can score at a high level, but it helps him as a playmaker. Guys thrive playing alongside him because he commands so much attention.
Here's Joseph following the basket by John Wall. Here's Sabonis. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Pacers lead by 10.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Back to Wall. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Turner. But three. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick-and-pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
Three shots.
That free throw, good from Turner. The back-to-the-basket scoring, obviously more uncommon these days than it was in the past. Can we even say now with any kind of certainty, Chris, who has the best hook shot in the game?
The best hook shot in the game by far, still belongs to Tony Parker. No, he is not a big man, but he did lead the league in paint scoring when he was in his prime. Now a little bit older, he can still get to it. When Tony Parker gets in that paint, Kevin, he has the best jump hook. When I played in the game, the only guy that I respected their jump hook as much as mine was his jump hook because he would float it over bigs so easy.
No kidding.
Oh, no kidding, Kev. He still has the best jump hook floater in the game. That's right, that man Tony Parker.
Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points.
And the ceiling Turner has is impressive. Has the potential to be a dominant big man in this league.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Pacers.
And they haven't needed a whole lot of work done inside because of what their guards are doing. It's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in that backcourt.
And Evans throws it down hard.
And you can't make mistakes around Evans either. He's quick at moving his hands to come away with these steals.
Wizards trail by 12. Wall dishes to Morris. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. Offline with his three.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Morris inside, defended by Sabonis. Stolen by Evans. And it's Turner off the drive over Green. They grab their own miss. Shot by Joseph, no good.
That type of defense doesn't always get it done, but it does the job that time.
Washington shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Wall passes to Morris. Shoots over Turner.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
The shot's good from Evans.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about in the rotations is a lot of miscommunication out there.
Mahinmi's checked in for Markieff Morris.
And looking now at some numbers for Sabonis. He's one of the standouts over the last month. 18th in shooting percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And he's a guy who would rather pass the ball off than take a bad shot. Completely unselfish. Unbelievable. I love the way he plays. Now here's Wall. Charity stripe shot. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Pacers leading by 14. It's Evans on the wing. And he banks in the layup. Evans has got 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. Here's Joseph. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And the Pacers lead by 18.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. And that sends John Wall to the free throw line. It's going to be on Miles Turner. And Greg, last season there were some signs that maybe some of his teammates didn't like playing with John Wall. Why would they say that?
You know, Wall sits almost every season in the top 3 in assists. Not a stat you associate with selfishness. Sometimes it's really about personalities.
That's good from Wall. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. And whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust, and then get them to go out there and execute. So if you're on a veteran team, you may have a smaller practice but with more intensity, meaning maybe you only practice an hour of live work going back and forth and scrimmaging, whereas if you're a young team, you might be able to expect 2 hours of scrimmaging every day. Do the players understand the culture? Do they understand the tenets of the offense and the defense? And usually coaches coach by that need and necessity of the team as opposed to just having one structure. And so in Washington, we had 3-a-days during training camp, as opposed to in Sacramento later in my career, it would be one practice because we're all old. We need to make sure that we get the most intensity out of this practice and then save our legs for the game.
Here is Wall. After Tyreek Evans has scored, Wall finds Ariza. Back to Wall. That shot is off. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Down low. And Evans the basket on the assist by McDermott. 14 points for Tyreek Evans.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Tipped away. Stolen by Evans. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Sabonis. Banked in off the glass. Sabonis has got his second bucket of the night.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
It's stolen by Mahinmi. And now here comes Wall leading the break. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
Indiana leading by 17. Here's Turner.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
For Indiana, they have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
2 shots.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Turner. All free throws good from Turner.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Joseph against Wall. Green up on top. Ariza outside. With 1 on the clock. Victor Oladipo getting it done for Indiana. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Growing up the youngest of 5 with 4 older sisters, John Wall said it taught him a lot. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age, but his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
Helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Pacers team out there.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, aggressive on D, efficient on offense. They balled out to an early lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Pacers, Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Sabonis and Turner inside. And it's McDermott in at the 3 spot. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the Pacers have been a huge surprise since they traded away Paul George. Now, Coach Nate McMillan said, for us, it's about developing that culture and that identity, and we're still doing that. I think we're only starting to scratch the surface. Kevin?
No doubt, David, they've got some promising young players on that team. Thank you. Now Joseph, following the 3-point attempt by John Wall. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call on Washington with the foul. For Indiana, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Miles Turner. And a change for the Wizards. Porter's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And McDermott drops them both. Washington with the ball. Porter in the corner. Off target from 3-point range.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's good.
The court awareness Evans has, it's impressive. He's wonderful at recognizing when his guys are open.
Now here's Satoransky. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Young with the steal. And now Young running the floor. Oh, wow.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Oh, I know this feeling. They're in that special zone where you feel untouchable. They haven't missed in a while.
Here's Wall. He's got 11. Here's Green. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 8th assist in the game. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. And the rejection by Mahinmi. Wall, that's a 2-pointer. The rebound by Young. Young's got 4 rebounds in this game. Evans' shot is good. Evans has got 6 points in the quarter.
And once Evans catches fire, good luck trying to put him out. I mean, feels like he can score at will.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, their goal was to limit their turnovers. I mean, they've wasted way too many possessions with giveaways.
The section gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest. Just your average hood. Dreams of getting rich. My crib big like a football field. You run like I signed a football deal. But you know, I take 15 minutes to drop a track. Yeah, I take half a minute. But you know, I make them bounce all across the globe. I got your you know, a franchise like the Houston Rockets. And every 8 months is when I usually drop it. You know, I got the streets on lock. I like my beats with now. You know.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Bogdanovich comes in for McDermott, and it's Collison in for Joseph. Then for the Wizards, Bryant comes in for Mahinmi, and Beal subbed in for Satoransky.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Evans. Green with the block, and they'll keep possession. Shots good from Young.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
To the inside, Evans with the steal. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Green.
Oh, look, and just a fantastic season for Tyreke Evans last year. Think about it. Arguably his best in the NBA. He looked comfortable in his role offensively. He initiated and made plays from a variety of positions.
and he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Shots good from Young.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Wall against Collison. Wall draws the double. Outside, Beal. 6 to shoot. And another miss by Washington. And for Evans, when he is comfortable in his role, see, Webb, he can be deadly.
Oh, yeah, and the increase in shooting from deep, that helped in that regard as well. I mean, he started drawing more attention away from hoop, and that started opening up lanes for him. But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Takes a 3. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Evans has got 9 points now in the quarter. Washington's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Fires top of the key. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovic. That's his first foul. Morris is checked in for Washington.
Substitution for the Wizards. Markieff Morris.
On the wing, Bryant. Defended by Sabonis. Beal from long range knocks down the 3 ball. Beal's got 15 points.
He keeps working on the three-point line. I mean, that's his third triple of the game, first in the quarter.
Collison. And he drops it in from the low post.
And the skill Collison has inside, so great at catching the D off guard when he's down in the post.
And Wall kicks to Porter. Back to Wall. No good from outside.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
Collison, good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Wall passes to Porter. Back to Wall. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 13.
Like the show of unselfishness from Porter, wanting to improve as a passer and hit his open teammates.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Wednesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that game against the Hawks, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And it's Bogdanovic off the drive over Porter, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Yeah, Bogdanovic, a high percentage scorer, an efficient shooter, and he loves that mid-range area.
Wall finds Bryant. Bryant is doubled. Here's Porter. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. And it's 6 points for Otto Porter Jr.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
8 feet away. Shots good from Young.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. Doubled by Collison. Young against Wall.
Oh, it's always fun watching Wall throw it down. He could do it with either hand.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
The Pacers making a change here. Oladipo's checked in.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for John Wall. He's averaging 20 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. Tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
Washington has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Reverses, and it's good on the way in. Wall's got 8 points in the quarter.
And the vertical of Wall, he gets off the floor fast to collect second chance opportunities.
Chalk up 2 there.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Now, here's Wall. 17 points in the game. And Bryant kicks to Beal. Over Oladipo. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And that's now 17 points for Bradley Beal.
And look, when Beal is on a roll, keep getting him the rock. He's an outstanding scorer who can fill it up easily.
Chalk up 2 there.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Yeah, guys, and the finish is the perfect capper. I mean, taking it all the way to the 10.
Here's Beal, following the score by Indiana. Porter outside, nailed from three-point land. Porter's got 9.
That's the assertive attitude you like seeing from Porter. I mean,
my goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. The Wizards shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Wizards shooting it quite well. 52% from the field in the second quarter. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him. And Washington making a change here. Ariza's checked in.
Substitution for the Wizards. Trevor Ariza.
Porter looking it over. Nice ball movement by Washington. Just 5 to shoot. Wall passes to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Assisted.
Wall's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Now here's Collison. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Wall against Collison. Outside, Wall. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Oh, he's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one. Indiana making some changes. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Sabonis. McDermott comes in for Young. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. And a switcher also for Washington. Mahimi's checked in.
One shot, find the lanes.
And that one falls for John Wall.
The number 1 overall pick in 2010. I mean, Wall became a bona fide star. He plays with an edge and energy.
And it's Oladipo with the jam.
I mean, this could end up being a big night for him. I mean, if this quarter is any indication.
And Washington has possession. All with it. 20 points for him. Pass to Beal. From deep. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
2 minutes, 2 o'clock.
1:57 left in the first half. Ariza has the open look. Drills it from outside. Ariza's got 5.
And the three-point shooting skills of Ariza are just lethal. A volume shooter from there to flat out light it up.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018. A top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
Now Wall. Wall draws the double. Here's Beal. It's rebounded by Indiana. And Beal just turned 25. Have we seen his best, or do you think he can take his game to even another level?
I think the key is going to be him staying healthy. Injuries have kind of plagued him early in his career. With health, he'll be able to refine his game and fortify his defense and expand that offensive repertoire.
And it's sent back by Morris.
Oh, man, look at Morris use his reach to turn away a shot. He's excellent at cornering shooters and sending their shots back.
Saransky's checked in for John Wall. .104 left in the second quarter. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Pacers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Wizards shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. It's Beal on the wing. And another miss by Washington.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. A step-back shot here. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 9 points in the quarter.
But Beal is a lights-out scorer. He got to be up on him at all times.
And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
Well, this is a different ball game without his scoring. He's been Mr. Reliable at the offensive end.
Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Oladipo and finished off by Oladipo.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
And Satoransky kicks to Mahimi. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Substitution for the Wizards. Jeff Green.
Beal from long range. And so it's the Indiana Pacers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be right back after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He had a scoring performance for the ages, putting up an enormous amount of points, 7 big steals, and 1 assist. He had a very shaky performance in their last game, but it has not affected him at all tonight. What a tremendous first half he played. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Victor Oladipo in this game, he has been everywhere.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So on the floor for Washington, Wall and Beal pair together at the 1 and the 2. Bryant is out there with Porter, and it's Ariza in at the 3. Now here's Wall, outside Beal, and it's off from three-point range. Oladipo against Beal, and it's Oladipo that time on the assist by Turner. Turner's got 3 assists in the game. Washington shooting well, 50% from the floor. Wall finds Ariza. Doubled by Bogdanovich. Here's Beal. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Beal's got 23.
Far from just an outside scorer, Beal also has the skills needed to capitalize close to the basket.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, he gets up. And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Makes it off the glass. Beal's got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that? No.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the flow of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
And the Wizards with possession. The Pacers making the shot. Misses from short range. Young passes to Oladipo. Banked in off the glass. Oladipo's got 56 points in the game.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
To the paint, here's Beal, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Baseline J on the way, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Oladipo's got 12 points in just the second half. Wall against Collison. Wall dishes to Beal. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Beal's got 30.
Adding to his 3-point total on the night. He had 3 in the first half. Now he's got his first one here in the second.
Oladipo misses. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Lets it go with the 3. And Bradley Beal with the 3. Beal's got 33.
Second 3-pointer of the second half. 5 overall. He's killing it from long range.
Not going to go that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Here's Ariza. No good that time. Ready by Bogdanovich. It's Oladipo on the wing. And yep, another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader. Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. Now, here's Oladipo. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
Look, he's driven him to this lead, and it doesn't look like he's going to ease up until the final whistle.
And Wall kicks to Ariza. There's the pass to Beal. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Bryant can't get it to go.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Evans, he's checked in for Indiana.
Evans.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
My go-to face on. And they can't chat when I got my go-to face on. Pull up at the show, I put my go-to face on. Feds on my case, but I got my go-to face on. So just act like I told you. You can tell by the look on my face I ain't come here to do nothing else but go true. Just tell all the man them road true. That's why better know +20. Questions I beg you don't ask me any. That means I don't wanna hear nothing other than go true. And here's your bottle of hello. Born and raised in the ghetto. They chat to police and my sing for settle. Put on my go-to face and swing at MC all over the place. Raggle. Come true thinking that white Air Max Stone Island camo. And it's very loud, so excuse me if I get a little bit paro. As you can see, I got my go-to face on. And they can't chat when I got my go-to face on. Pull up at the show, I put my go-to face on. Feds on my case, but I got my go-to face on.
I don't wanna speak, don't wanna email, don't wanna meet. Man, don't care if your hair's on fleek. If you interrupt me, you will get beat. Don't take it to heart, it's not that deep. Respect me, being seen on street. Right now, I'm on a serious mission. The man can't sleep if it ain't complete. Can't finish shit. Big man, don't answer to no one.
And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Oladipo.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
And for the most part, when Bogdanovich is out on the floor, he's there to do one thing, shoot.
And I tell you what, when you can shoot like that, that's all you need to do. Great catch-and-shoot player who can stretch the defense. You cannot leave him alone. And really, his presence frees up so much for his teammates on the floor.
One shot.
And that one misses.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
Now here's Beal. 33 points for him. Hits it from three-point range.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. Ariza outside. Back to Wall. Jacks up a 3. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Baseline jumper. And again, it's Indiana.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Washington's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And finish off by Bryant.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And that one, good. And now it's 27 points for Tyreke Evans.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Beal. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Oh, look, you can't allow Beal to get near the rim. When he does, he leaps up quickly for the dunk.
Here's Collison. Rebound, Washington. Bryant's got 6 rebounds in the game. Left side, Wall. And Washington again with the bucket.
And tonight, they can't tie Wall down. I mean, found his rhythm, and he's been riding that wave of momentum ever since.
Shots good from Young.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now here's Wall. 22 points for him. Right side, Porter shoots the three. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
Wizards.
And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. They'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Friday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And that game against the Hawks, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Clock is at 3. Here's Ariza. Back to Wall. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Pacers shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. Count that one. Evans has got 29.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Washington shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. There's Beal with the three. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Tyreke Evans not the biggest free agent this past offseason, but Greg, many teams vied for his services.
Pacers were able to win out, and he should be a good fit. Can act as another playmaker and ball handler for the team. Turned down playing with the Warriors, Lakers, and Thunder to come to this Indiana squad.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Yeah, and the versatility Evans gives this team is just tremendous. I mean, he's capable of playing multiple positions. He does so many things well.
Now here's Beal. He has 35. Can they get it? It's rebounded by Indiana. Sabonis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Baseline try. And Turner throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
talk
that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
Yeah, fellas, he's a monster. He's never seen an offensive rebound he didn't think he could get to.
Evans, and the layup's good off the glass. Evans has got 34.
Oh, clever at capitalizing from inside. Give Evans this type of positioning, he's going to score.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Finished off the break. Evans has got 13 points in just this quarter.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Now here's Ariza. He's got 8. He feeds it to Green. There's Beal with the 3. Drills it from outside. Beal's got 38 points.
It doesn't get any better than watching Beal shoot it. I mean, he has impeccable form on his jump shots.
The shot's good from Evans.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
The Wizards shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And Satoransky kicks to Green. The open shot by Beal. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
A big mistake by the D, and they got away with it.
Here's Sabonis. Morris with the rebound. And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Ariza no luck.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined. He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
And Chris, Trevor Ariza, a player who does all the little things to help you win games.
Steady, I mean, he does the work. He doesn't complain. I mean, he's a soldier. One of those guys who will run through a wall if that's what it takes to win.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Trevor Ariza, such a steady veteran.
I mean, just long, a versatile defender, can also knock down the triple. When you look at how far he's come since he entered the league as really just a raw athlete, it's a credit to his work ethic, no doubt about it. He has mastered his role.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
Passes it to Satoransky. To the inside. Here's Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Morris has got his second bucket.
Morris is such a gifted scorer in the paint. He utilizes both his height and weight to get deep inside.
From the Wizards, they're shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3. Satoransky, the pass to Beal. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Miles Turner? Averaging 12 points, almost 3 blocks, and 7 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
And he makes that one. Beal's got 40 points.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Here's Turner. 2 points. That one goes.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backboard. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession, almost like they were just giving up on the play.
And he's been doing this for a few games in a row now. We're looking at one of the hottest players in the league.
Here's Beal, following the score by Miles Turner. Basket good. 42 points for Bradley Beal.
Too bad this scoring hasn't been contagious. I mean, they'd be in much better shape if a few of their other guys could pick up some slack.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Knocked away. Here's Evans, and Evans throws it down.
Can't give Evans any openings. Once he notices a lane, he pounces on it fast.
Here's Satoransky. 41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. There's Beal with the 3. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. They get it back. Joseph. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Joseph's got 8 points.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Now, here's Satoransky. And the dunk by Joseph. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 11 assists.
And guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Yeah, guys, and the finish is the perfect capper. I mean, taking it all the way to the 10.
Satoransky gets the bucket.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
Watching dubs on the black bean. But you know, I'm getting paid cause I do all the work. It's rainy days if we don't move out. We go for search. I'm on the block, fam, in the cream drop land. Mostly cats with deals, y'all ain't had a jam. I'm about to do it again, you about to lose it again. It's show and tell. Do that again.
And so it's Indiana, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Corey Joseph. Leaf is out there with Anabogu. Then it's McDermott, and it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
Now here's Randall. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
He's got to get back to playing in control. After 0 turnovers in the first half, he's out there loose with it.
Joseph against Satoransky. Joseph, that's good.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
But yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landing body blows.
On the wing, Brown. Now, here's Mahinmi. He's tightly guarded. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris, we hear the word switchability, popular term used these days. Talk about the importance of having guys who can defend multiple positions.
It's so important because it allows for the flexibility with your matchups. You can avoid being forced into mismatches. So you definitely need players like that. However, Kev, I think that the NBA is going switchability crazy. You shouldn't switch everything. Switching on defense should only be if the coach wants to take a player out the game or if it's just needed at the last second. Usually communication is the key because there are no new plays under the sun. You see the play coming and developing it, and if you can communicate, that's usually when you don't need to switch. I think coaches have lost trust in players' willingness to communicate, and switching has become kind of a lesser of two evils, I guess you could say. And I hope we get away from as much switching as we do because it puts guys in totally wrong positions. And if you have a smart offensive player, he'll pass his way out of that right to the guy with the mismatch.
Your take is real interesting. Holiday against Satoransky. Green, the pass to Brown. It's rebounded by Indiana and taken away by Brown. Green, no luck. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Holiday with the ball, and again it's Indiana.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. Jeff Green on the wing. Mahinmi finds Green. You know, the NBA has cracked down on flopping. It's still part of the game, but C-Webb, would you agree that progress has been made in that area?
Yeah, I think so, and I'd like to blame a lot of my European players for bringing that over along with soccer. Soccer with the flopping and that, and we've kind of taken away. And I know a little bit about flopping. We had some floppers on my Sacramento team, and so flopping is frustrating. You don't want to see that. You want to see guys earn it. This isn't soccer or football, and so I think the league has done a very good job, whether it was trying to find guys early or just embarrass you and say, hey, you're acting a fool. Get up right now. No one touched you. Why did you flop or act like you were hit and move 10 feet back on the side? I hate flopping. But then again, you must embellish. You must be a good actor. You've got to put the referees in a tough position to make a good call. How do you find that balance? But I think the NBA has done a good job of making sure that it isn't encouraged and isn't rewarded.
Pass to Satoransky. Back to Randall. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Wizards, Jason Randall. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Randall. Decker's checked in for Washington. Both free throws good from Randall.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Satoransky against Joseph. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Back to Satoransky. Inside. Randall with the bucket.
Look, high percentage look in tight. It's hard to miss that one.
Timeout called the Pacers. Largely out there for his terrific shooting range, C-Web, is Thomas Satoransky. He's a pretty good playmaker as well.
Team player. I mean, he understands that he needs to get his shot within the floor of the offense. If it's not there, he's quick to move the ball and generally makes good decisions.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's McDermott, and there are the Pacers with another bucket. And so it's Washington with it. Knocks it loose. Left side, Brown. That one wide left. The Pacers have gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. Nice shot by McDermott.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Brown feeling it out a bit, and it's in there.
Troy Brown.
Compared to when you were playing, C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. There's a lot more emphasis on the mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders. The Ben Wallace, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with the mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first one falls. Wizards making a switch here. Baker's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Wizards shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Here's Decker, and Decker slams it in.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. And Holiday with the basket on the assist from Joseph. Holiday's got 12 points in just the second half.
You know what? Feed the beast. You got to look for him every trip down because he's been out of his mind this quarter.
And Satoransky kicks to Mahimi. Brown outside. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call on Washington with the foul. Chris, the last few years, talk of expansion has come up. Are we ready, you think, in the NBA to add some more teams?
I think we are. Now, expanding to 32 teams might stretch the talent a little bit thin, but I think we could handle a couple of years with that because of the youth of the players, and it could actually switch it up a little bit. I mean, come on, Kevin. You're like me. You're a big basketball and big sports fan. You know we have to have a team in Seattle.
I would love Seattle. Absolutely.
I mean, come on. You know how crazy those fans were. You know we have to have that come back. And then there's some places. Think about how great Oklahoma City is.
Yes.
And how they've just embraced this Thunder team. There might be a couple more places out there with that type of passion and fans saying, listen, if you give us a team, we promise we'll nurture it, take care of it, and root for it the loudest. And I like having that. I think it's time to definitely investigate expansion, but we got to get back to Seattle first and foremost.
And he makes that one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Satoransky against Joseph. Brown right side. Unloads from 13. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
Great work to find the space to get off the open jumper. He's going to work hard for those.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And so Brown will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Pass to Satoransky. And he banks in the layup.
If you let him get that deep, this is what you can expect.
Yeah, well, with his toughness and skills in there, it's a rough problem to fix.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Wizards have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Washington's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Brown the pass to Mahimi. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Mahimi's got 4 points in the quarter. The 3 from Joseph. It's hauled in by Brown. Here's Washington now. They're on a 13-5 run here. To the middle, here's Baker. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The 3 from Joseph. Good again. He's on tonight, 9 for 13 shooting.
And piling on to that big lead. We know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
I mean, yeah, you can't break down. Not now. Defensively. At this point, I mean, you're already too far in the hole.
Still attacking. Building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, what I like about it most is he's doing it efficiently.
The shot by Satoransky, no good. Indiana's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The Wizards shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Taken away by Holiday. Leaf kicks to McDermott. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Now here's Brown. The pass to Decker. Nice ball movement by Washington. 4 on the clock. And it's Brown missing. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Here's Brown, following the score by Indiana. Satoransky, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Oh, that's a nice look, recognizing he had the opening to make the entry pass.
Here's McDermott, unable to get that one. And Washington the other way now. It's Brown on the wing, guarded by Holiday. Baseline jumper, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jump.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C-Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well. Right. Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Yeah, great perspective on that topic. Good. 64 points for Victor Oladipo.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
McDermott with a steal. Holiday goes in. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Holiday's got 14 points now in the second half.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and it's been a team game, a number of contributions. Guys staying focused. That's why the league continues to grow.
Good on the triple.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Kept alive. Here's Anabogu. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Anabogu's got 4 points this quarter.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Man, this is what happens when you get discouraged. Sometimes it just affects every part of your game.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pacers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Victor Oladipo.
Well, he was the agitator, bothering everybody with his defense, coming up with steals. I mean, making sure they were never able to get comfortable as long as he was out on the floor.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Great D that time from Green. And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. Out to the right wing. Here's Baker. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. And that'll be his third foul so far. And the Pacers call time here. They're in front. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Well, they're not going to take any chances. I mean, they're going to play it out until the final whistle, no matter what the score is.
now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Victor Oladipo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. .23 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Leaf. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Outside, Green. Kept alive by Washington.
In the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Victor. You've been really playing well on offense of late. What's going right for you at that end of the floor?
Patience, man, experience, belief, faith, all the above, man. Just coming out here working on my game. I'm just going to continue to keep growing, continue to keep staying close to my teammates, continue to keep working hard, and continue to keep getting better.
That is a crowded locker room with all those things in there. Thanks, Victor. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.